My name is Jose Ospina Cifuentes, and I go by my artist name Cifuentes. I am originally from Colombia, Medellin, Colombia. I was born in a beautiful city, the city of Eternal Spring, back in '84. And now I live in Toronto, where I practice my abstract painting and all my shenanigans. Well, I guess I've made art my whole life. I started creating since I was a very, very small child. My mother put me in art classes when I was 6, 7. I graduated taking every Saturday to go to art class, missing on like birthdays and parties and trips because I really liked my art school. So my whole life I've been around art. And in 2006 is when I finished college in 2007 in Jersey. But in 2006, I decided that I was going to be an artist, a professional artist, and someone who practices and lives off their work, you know? And I haven't stopped since. Even with the issues and challenges in my life as an immigrant, I keep painting. My main inspiration right now for my work is the fact that everything in my life is going against me being an artist. And I'm a very stubborn person. And the immigrant experience is what's making my moods become colors. I am painting right now because I love it, because I feel like that's the thing that I love to do the most. It makes me feel free. So my main inspiration, you could say, is the immigrant experience. Okay, so if I could give my teen self an advice, would be to not listen to anyone but your instinct. I say don't listen to anybody. I say go, and if you fail, then you're in a good age to fail. Well, it's pretty cool because I decided to become an artist in New Jersey, right? And we lived literally across the Hudson River, so everything that we did for fun, for entertainment, even for shopping when it comes to like art supplies, I used to do it in New York. So most of my friends always took me to New York City, and everything was in the city, right? So Basquiat was a big influence, and I didn't even know who he was, but I like graffiti, and I was doing graffiti until I got caught. So I'm not gonna say Basquiat was my biggest influence, but he was definitely one of the first, in the sense of he had the balls to write on the streets, he had the balls to write on canvas, he had the balls to just get out there and fucking do it. And I like that. The power of painting versus everything else, and I've done everything else. I tried, of course, in college they make you try it all, and I found that painting is what gives me more freedom. I think painting is very real, very truthful. I just like splattering paint and seeing how it drips and seeing that. No other technique gives me that. No other technique gives me that freedom that maybe I'm searching for. Yeah. The painting behind me this painting is already a year old and is not finished because it cannot be finished yet. It's called implied status, which is the status they give you when you have an application pending in immigration, meaning you're not gone, but you're not here. You have implied status, meaning we might let you stay. The moment that I get the permanent residency, I will sign this piece. If not, I will stay unsigned. So it's not finished until I get it. Yeah. Okay, so number one thing I would love for people to feel is the fact that no matter what happens, if they want to be an artist, they can. No matter if they migrate to a new country, no matter if they have no money, no matter if they lose status, no matter if shit happens, because shit's always going to happen. If you want to be an artist, be an artist. You can be an artist with a sketchbook in your pants. And if anything, my work can tell the whole world that I've always done whatever the fuck I want. I was raised by very Catholic people, so fear was always looming. It was always there. I was always supposed to be having fear of God. I was supposed to always be afraid of what can happen, sins, all this shit. And I always chose to be brave and just see what happens, see what happens on the other side of comfort. You gotta do it. That's what I say to my younger self again. Stop listening to people, man. If you feel it, you gotta do it. I do understand that now in my process I'm deconstructing, because I used to like to elaborate more and more and more. And again, psychedelics and those experiences that take you out of the present moment and the tunnel vision, you realize that a lot of that was ego. A lot of that was just me. Look how good I paint. Look, I can paint someone just like that. Look, I can do realism. But that's not what I wanted to do. I just needed to prove to myself that, I want to paint abstract, but not because I cannot paint the other stuff. And that's always, again, that's ego, that's society, that's me listening to people. Like, if this is what I want to paint, this is what's going to be painted. So, yeah, I feel like now I have more balls to just deconstruct and paint more minimal, more. It has the right intention. And Picasso is one of my biggest inspirations because of the fact that he never stopped. That was his number 1, 2, and 3. Like, give me an advice. He said, just never stop. If you really want to do it, why do you need to stop? I will always be a creative dude. I will always be an artist. I will always be me.